And welcome back, gang. Rolling along with members of the Florida Powerboat Club in the Florida Keys. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy here on Florida Powerboat Club's YouTube channel as we feature the Miami Boat Show Poker Run 29th annual. That's right, 29 years this event's been going from Miami down to the Florida Keys as we now enter episode number 2 with feature coverage of this exciting event. But before we get started, let's thank our sponsors. Our 2024 event season is presented by Mercury Racing Wide Open. And alphabetically, our series sponsors include Cigarette Racing Team, Concept Boats, CORTEZ Cove Marina, Deep Impact Custom Boats, Fountain Powerboats, Iconic Marine Group, Midnight Express Powerboats, MTI Marine Technology Inc., Myco Trailers, Nortec High Performance Boats, Performance Boat Center, and by SD Marine Group Isla Morada. And it's a familiar site here at Grove Harbor Marina in Coconut Grove. That's South Miami, about 10 or 15 minutes from downtown, and that's why it's such a great location. Not to mention that when you drive your boat out of Grove Harbor Marina, you're immediately in Biscayne Bay, you make a right turn, and you're on plane and headed for the Florida Keys. So it's really the ideal location for the Florida Powerboat Club to start these events, and it makes it super easy considering that many of us were already staying in Miami for the days prior to the event because a lot of us were attending the Miami International Boat Show, which has returned now to Miami Beach. So we're sitting here on a Thursday morning. It's only been about 4 days since the show culminated, and a lot of us just stayed in town and made our way over to Grove Harbor. So a lot of action here, and many of us remember that this is also the location where we staged the Mercury Racing demo days, where we showcased a lot of the new Mercury Racing engine products. So it's really just a continuation of the boat show, and that's why we have kept the name all these years as the Miami Boat Show Poker Run. So let's talk about the format for the event. Remember that we are a 4-day event and Thursday departure. We used to have a 2-day departure, Fridays also, but everybody wants to have fun. And, you know, you're here in the middle of February. You know, if you're coming down to Miami, you might as well make a go of it and stay 3 or 4 days. And that's why this poker run is now a 4-day format, returning from the Florida Keys on Sunday. We're going to kick things off here with our first card for this segment. It's the Watsons. Jay and Donna Watson from South Carolina on Team Double Down, Nortec 390 Sport, and it's got Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs. I love the colors, as you know, guys. I love my charcoal on my black bottom and my red stripes, so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon, but just think about the future. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks from now, there might be a boat that looks a lot like this at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show in late October, so stand by for that, guys. And it's another center console. This time it's Daniel Cates and Team NAUTI. It's a 2024 Renegade 38 Open with triple 500Rs from Mercury Racing, and it was featured in Speed on the Water. I've got to thank Daniel for becoming such a hardcore enthusiast with this sport. He started out with a 33 Renegade a few years earlier, but just seemed to be really enjoying these poker runs, so he upgraded the boat and just having a blast on every run. And time to welcome some newcomers to the club on their first event with the Florida Powerboat Club. This is Timothy Tuhaki from Connecticut in his 36-foot Avanti center console called Team Job Site. And a lot of custom features on this boat. Check out that decking all over the bow. And here's a team that we've seen before. This is Zach Martin from Georgia, Team Side Hustle. It's a 2020 MTI 390X, pair of Mercury Racing 450Rs. You gotta love the paint and graphics on this boat. Those colors are Nardo Gray and Tiffany Blue. What a great combination. I don't think we have another one in the club that looks at all like this. Zach said in his video bio that they love all of the runs to the Florida Keys. And all the way from New York, a regular on this event every year is Joey Castellana in this 38-foot skater powered by big Mercury Racing QC4 1100s. That's a nice power package, and it'll really push this boat up to some big speeds. And riding along with him today is Chris Ryder, another one of his pals from New York who does a lot of the runs with the club. Now let's welcome the Lascola family all the way from Massachusetts in this 46-foot Outer Limits team, rolling the dice. Not the first time they've joined us on these runs. They've been on a few runs, including Key West Poker Run. It's powered by Mercury Racing 1075s. The boat's been completely redone and it's absolutely beautiful. This is the only Outer Limits entered on this 74-boat fleet for the Miami run. And it looks like it's another MTI 390X and another team from Georgia. This time it's Owen Medora and his crew, and they're riding on this fast lease. And another pretty boat. And I just said something about the graphics on that previous boat, but look at how similar the two are. This one's got more white, a little bit of nardo, and a little bit of that teal, but just a nice combination. Remember that very rarely will you see two boats that are the same. And it's the Fountain Factory team with Simon Williams at the helm. Of course, he is one of the co-owners of CORTEZ COVE, a fountain dealer. And together they have sponsored the club and are attending this event with the brand new 43 SCX model. It was showcased at the Miami Boat Show. It's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 500Rs. And the other boat registered with Fountain was the all-new 39 DX model powered by Triple Mercury Racing 400R V10s. And it's the family Nezada back, and they seem to be enjoying this Miami Boat Show poker run. They've done it 2 or 3 years in a row as a family on Dad's 48-foot MTI. Of course, that's Chris Nezada at the helm and wife Lori riding along. And it looks like it's Junior's duty today to go up on the bow and grab the poker card. Good job. Well, Chris, all I can say is that I hope your sons really appreciate Dad bringing them on these poker runs, because I was thinking when I was 7 or 8 years old, and most of us out there, we weren't doing poker runs when we were 7 or 8, that's for sure. I hope they appreciate it. And time to now welcome Michael Tandoy and his crew on this Speed Racer 44 MTI, one of 2 boats that he campaigns regularly on poker runs. Of course, he also has the skater called Out of Control, and considering how much work it is to maintain these boats and keep them running, it's kind of good to have 2 boats. So hey, Michael, it's good to be you, brother. And it's bikini spotting time. That's because Sean and Shelby are rolling up for their card. Shelby Axemet up on the bow of that 388 skater, grabbing her poker card and celebrating their first year with the club. It was just about a year ago that they came and did their first run with this boat, and since then they've been very active, joining us on several poker runs. And they had so much fun on their very first event, which happened to be down to the Playa Largo Resort in Key Largo, that's the venue that they chose to get married. And they got married just a week before the Key West Poker Run last fall. So once again, congratulations. And now it's 2 for 2 for James Matarazzo and his first mate Heather on this 40-foot Baja. And when I say 2 for 2, well, that includes the last event just a month earlier, the Winter Fun Run to Playa Largo Resort. So back again, and they must keep bringing the good weather because they're all the way from Lake Winnipesaukee, but this is 2 in a row now where we had just beautiful, almost summer-like conditions for the poker run. And if you consider what the sub-zero temperatures might be at New Hampshire right now in the middle of February, well, it might explain why they're down here having fun with the Florida Powerboat Club. And another special welcome to another incoming new team, Kevin and Lori Ball, and registered under Team TRL Lake Break. It's a Nortec 390 Sport, powered by triple 450Rs. And a long way from home, they trailered the boat from Farmington, Missouri, approximately 1,200 miles one way. So let's extend that special welcome also to their friends John and Melinda Brown, as well as Kristen and Leslie Nelson riding along today. We're going to break away from the card segment now and join the helicopter crew and start chasing boats as they head down southbound through Biscayne Bay. This is the Grulich family, Joe and Jen. Team Endless Summer is a 390 Nortec 2022 model powered by Triple Mercury Racing 450Rs. And they traveled quite a ways to join us too, 1,200 miles from Akron, Ohio, but thankfully the boat is stationed here all winter long, so they didn't have to trailer the boat. Now here's another Nortec that has seen a lot of action around Florida Powerboat Club events. This is Jimmy and Jackie Blackburn from Ohio. Again, a 39 Nortec, Team Cowboy up. They purchased the boat from Greg Cannell from Legend Marine, And this was his actual personal demo, so he brought this boat to the Key West Poker Run a year earlier. But nice to see the Blackburns out enjoying the boat. It's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. And I've always said that I really love the color choices and the graphics on this boat, especially how the bright green carries through the hull and over into the engine cowlings. And it's another team that's a long way from home, Robert and Aubrey McAtee. And the team name is Emerald Isle. It's their brand new 2024 40 Nortec 400 Super Sport. It's got Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs. That's a total of 40 cylinders. That's right, guys. Pushing this 40-foot center console, 10-foot beam. Redesigned from the original 390 model, this 400 is really getting to be a popular choice for Nortec owners. So I think this is the perfect time to flash back a few days as we joined Nortec High Performance at the Miami International Boat Show. Of course, the convention center display. Hey, ladies. But there was always a lot of action here at the Nortec display. They usually have anywhere from 2 to 3 boats on display. This time it was Monte Carlo 420 with a triple set of Mercury Racing 500Rs. That belongs to Bill Raceback, part owner with Nortec High Performance. The other boat, of course, is that very same Nortec 400 Super Sport, belongs to Robbie McAtee that we saw on the Poker Run. So here she is on display at the show just days before. So just to illustrate the fact that a lot of these brand new boats that are in the Miami show make it to the waterways just in time to attend the Poker Run. So this is a practice that's been going on for almost 30 years. So we're going to hang out here at Nortec for a minute or so. I just want to stress that Nortec has proven that they are a wide-ranging boat builder that can pretty much build anything. And they've proven it in the multiple models that they've released in the 30-plus years that they've been in business. And for most of those years, they've been right alongside Florida Powerboat Club. We really have grown together over the years, and it's interesting to see their products evolve. But at this point, they're at the height of their production capabilities with their new facility, expanded facility in Cape Coral, and their large factory that they have in North Fort Myers that they've had for several years. So all you have to do is look in the pages of a lot of our FPC magazines or just watch some of the YouTube videos over the years, and you can see what a wide-ranging lineup of beautiful models that Nortec has put out for over 3 decades. And to back up my previous statement, case in point, here's another model that has become much more popular, the huge Nortec 450 5 Mercury Racing 400Rs on this one. This is Daniel Beck with Team Steel Hooking, and a long way from home, 1,400 miles from Lindsay, Oklahoma. And time for a little love now for our friends at Midnight Express, because they have got a great showing on this event as well. And this is Jared and Chelsea Bartholomew from New York. And they've got a brand new Midnight Express 43 Solstice model powered by 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. And so happy to welcome Daniel and Tammy Loth from Central Florida, where they live on a ranch near New Smyrna Beach. And they are running the event in their 280 SCX GLASSTREAM. It's powered by twin Mercury 225s. Now, this is why you own a center console, guys. You don't have to leave any of your friends back at home. And that's exactly what Daniel Cates is doing. And that's why those guys are having so much fun on these poker runs. Every time I see them, they're up to something. They're laughing, they're having fun, they're enjoying each other's company. And it's apparent that these big center consoles are giving them the platform to do that. I mean, there's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 of them on board. And I think that's really the reason that everyone is starting to have so much fun with this sport, is because they get to bring all their friends and just go have a good time down in paradise. And now we're going fast with Timothy Suhaki from Connecticut and his 36-foot Avanti team job site. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see this boat has got some custom treatments on it, especially like all of that sea deck way up on the bow, matching the color of the boat, powered by triple Mercury Racing 350s. And now closing in on Gilbert's from the helicopter, taking a look down. As you can see, just a whole bunch of boats trying to get tied up here. I don't know, this looks like a hot mess to me. I wouldn't even want to hang around. So you know what? I say, let's take the chopper, let's go back out on the bay waters and see if we have any more boats coming down, because this isn't anything that we need to keep. Good, that's what I want to do. I want to go back and catch up with these guys. Here's the Norvals, JC and Lisa Norval, Team AWOL. This is a 2024 39 Donzi, the new VRZ model, powered by triple Mercury 400Rs. And another team that came all the way from Oklahoma to join us. They said it was their first time on the event. It was always a dream to have a boat that they could do these poker runs on, and they got to enjoy the boat with their great friends. So congratulations, guys. And a little bit of engine horsepower, a little love from those Mercury Racing 565s. Yeah, we're enjoying the final leg here. Look aboard. I've got Matt Trulio riding with me, along with our FPC card girl, Kendall, heading out to Key Largo. So remember, we're running the official chase boat program at the back of the pack. That's why all those other boats have made it to Gilbert's already, and we're going to be the last ones in. But that's often the way I like to do it. It's better to be, I think, a sweep boat and find out if anything goes wrong, then we can try to stop and help anybody that has some problems. But so far, so good today. No problems reported, and a nice smooth ride on Biscayne Bay. And I would say illustrating the amazing contrast of different cigarettes on the run, from my old school 38 Top Gun to Mark Stoddart's late model 42 Huntress. Altogether 5 cigarettes on the poker run here this weekend, and let's flash back to the Miami Boat Show and check out some of the brand new cigarettes that were on display at the Miami Convention Center. And always a big display, and always a really exciting display with lots of people running around. Cigarette never disappoints show visitors and always has a lot of colorful fiberglass on display. So let's talk about that fiberglass. Of course, the new Auroras, which is essentially, I'd say, a replacement to the original Huntress model, which we just saw, and the new Thunder model. That's a 52 with 6 Mercury Racing 500s. You know, it doesn't get much better than this, guys. 7 wouldn't fit. You gotta love that. But just the fit and finish of these cigarettes is spectacular. But the fact that they've got a 42X in the booth with 1100s, I like that, because it really just illustrates their keeping the bloodlines and the legacy of cigarette with their high performance models. And this 42X has been an extremely popular model now for well over 20 years. And it goes without saying that Cigarette Racing Team has continued to be a strong supporter of the Florida Powerboat Club and of the poker run lifestyle. And I've noticed that they have made an effort to get out to more poker runs, not just in Florida and on FPC events, but abroad in other states and other boating hotbeds around the country. So that is certainly a testament to the fact that Cigarette is here to support the poker run community, and they certainly are proving that with the products that they're bringing out here and that are on display at the Miami International Boat Show. And just a couple of blocks away from the convention center, of course, our annual Miami Boat Show Bash, this time again at the Sagamore Hotel on Collins Avenue. And it is hosted by Florida Powerboat Club and our good friends at Speed on the Water. Presenting sponsor on this one, Nortec High Performance Boats, and a whole bunch of supporting sponsors, including Statement Marine, Waves and Wheels, Stephen Miles Design, GSX Powerboats, Wozenkraut Finance and Insurance, and it was benefiting the Miami Kiwanis Youth Foundation. And I've got to say, it's nice to be back in Miami Beach and having the party at the Sagamore Hotel. And some of you guys might remember when we did it at the Raleigh Hotel. We go back even further when we did it at the Clevelander. Wow, we've done this event since 1993, so that would be 32 years. But of course, we took a couple of years off when the show moved over to Virginia Key. Made it kind of hard to get people together. But back in South Beach and Sagamore, couldn't be a better venue, just a couple of blocks from the convention center. A quick walk. You don't even need to Uber or taxi. Just hit the Washington Street exit from the show, walk 2 blocks, and you're there. So that's the best thing about this party. And with the great sponsorship support that we had going to the Sagamore, we were able to really do a lot as far as bar and catering and entertainment. And it really came together nicely. There's the venue. That's what it looks like before we open the party. But you can see that at the Sagamore, they really do a nice job of this outdoor venue because it's an open-air venue, but it still has a roof over your head. And a lot of us have now taken these hotel rooms at the Sagamore. Most of those rooms you see on the left side of the frame there are all suites, so they call them bungalows. They're 2-story units. And they have like a little bar and VIP area downstairs, and then they got a spiral staircase upstairs to the bedroom, and they're 2-bathroom units. Obviously, we're going to have a nice South Beach DJ spinning the tunes for us. That gave us that great South Beach vibe that we were looking for, and it was so much fun for everybody. There's Kendall and Amy greeting everybody as they come into the party. And I think that what this venue offers is unlike anything you could do at the Miami Boat Show, because everyone kind of drops their guard and they have a cocktail in their hand and they relax from the show. A chance to watch some of the videos that we've gathered up from some of our poker runs. We've also got those private cabanas that we give to our sponsors that everyone seems to love. And throughout the course of the evening, because everyone kind of comes and goes, it doesn't really have a fixed venue time. You can show up at 7 or 8, hang out for an hour and leave. A lot of people don't get there till after 9:30 or 10. They go for dinner after the show, so they make it over. So we had the party going till about midnight, and everyone had a chance to come out and socialize with their fellow Florida Powerboat Club members and obviously members of the performance marine trade, because we have all the key players there. And as always, at some point in the evening, when the crowd got thick, we decided that was the best time to get up on stage. And I was joined by my party co-host, Matt Trulio from Speed on the Water, who did a lot of the work to really get all the sponsors. So really the credit goes to him. We thank Tron Scow and the entire team from Nortec High Performance for their sponsor support. And we got a chance to thank all of the other supporting sponsors one by one to join us on the stage. And really just a friendly reminder to let everybody know who's attending that it's with this sponsor support that we're able to do this party year after year. And it looks like the 2025 edition of the Miami Boat Show Bash is already starting to come together. So we look forward to that. And of course, we are returning to the Sagamore Hotel. If anybody wants to stay at the Sagamore, we do have a block of rooms there. And it really is an ideal location if you're working at the boat show, because as I said earlier, it's just a 2-block walk from Collins Avenue over to Washington into the show. It can't get much better than that. Okay, that was a great flashback. Now let's go forward exactly 1 week and back on the Miami Boat Show poker run down in the Florida Keys, flying in this Robinson R44 from the Marathon Airport as we get ready for the Friday morning sponsor fun run. And the first question is, wait a minute, the sponsors get their own fun run? I don't remember that. Well, in fact, they do. We just don't tell anybody else. It's private. That's because the sponsors like to get aerial photo and video coverage of all of their boats and teams. Remember that a lot of these boats just came out of the Miami Boat Show, and many of them are new and haven't even been photographed yet. So this is a good opportunity for the Florida Powerboat Club to get our photo and video crew up in the air. And we have a rendezvous point just outside of Duck Key where the teams can get together one by one. And in this case, I think the Performance Boat Center were the first up. And you know what they say, the early bird gets the worm. And they nailed it, as they always do. because they've got 3 of the different boats that they sell here right up front there. In the blue 32 Sensation, it's got a pair of 400Rs. Then you've got that MTI 42 SV that's got 4 Mercury Racing 500s. Off in the distance, that's Firstborn, the all-new 42 Performance Cat, exclusive to Performance Boat Center. It's got a pair of Mercury Racing 500s and debuted at the Key West Poker Run just about 4 months earlier. What we're seeing here is really a cross-section of some of the offerings from Performance Boat Center with their 2 locations in Lake of the Ozarks and, of course, Fort Lauderdale. And remember that not only are they a new boat dealer, they're also a brokerage or used boat dealer, and their inventory is probably one of the biggest and best in the country. So let's focus on this 32 Sensation CCX. It's really turned out to be an ideal boat for so many people who want to have the comforts of a center console but don't have a $700,000 budget. Now, if you have a little more than $700,000, of course, how about a little more than $1 million? Performance Boat Center probably push you into an SV42 MTI, a boat that has become wildly popular on the poker run scene for so many reasons. This one powered by Quad Mercury Racing 500Rs. I love the graphics and the paint, just really a different departure from some of the brighter oranges and reds and greens that we see. But the blues and grays keep it real simple, super classy looking. And of course, for some of us who can even outgrow a 42 center console, well, of course, MTI has the SV50 available, most of those powered by 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. And of course, now the Performance 42, and so much can be said about this line, the Cat line. They went through a few hiccups to get to this point, but now they own and operate their entire production facility, which builds this 420, the 360, which was the introductory model, and just recently they launched a new P280, 28-foot Cat powered by single Mercury Racing outboard. So a full line of 3 Cats available from Performance Boat Center, and as I mentioned earlier, a full line of pre-owned, very, very high quality boats that they get. Remember that a lot of the boats that come into their inventory are freshwater boats from Lake of the Ozarks and a lot of freshwater lake regions throughout the country. So their inventory is super clean and gone through. They have an incredible service department. And just so happens their service techs are here at this poker run supporting not just the Performance Boat Center customers, but all of the club members here attending. So thanks to Performance Boat Center for their fantastic support with the club and for really putting on a good show here on this Friday morning at the Miami Boat Show Poker Run. Well, guys, it's been about a half hour now. We still have plenty more to come on our next 2 episodes with feature coverage of the Miami Boat Show Poker Run. So stay tuned, and the only way you can do that is to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. Be sure to check out the website at flpowerboat.com for all of the details about upcoming poker run events and as well as membership information. You can follow us on Facebook at Florida Powerboat Club and on these Instagram pages. Thanks to all of our viewers for your wonderful comments on our page, and you guys know who you are, and I really do appreciate that. But if you have questions or comments you want to direct to me specifically, please use my personal email at stu@flpowerboat.com. I check that daily, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We're going to sign off for now. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. Have fun out there, guys. Be safe on the waterways. Wear your life jackets when the time is right, and always respect your fellow boaters. Bye for now.